effects, transition, color grading, and of course new features are all in this video so you can get the most out of it. Alright, let's dive in. If you already have footage and audio, you can go ahead and open CapCut, click on new project, and import all your files by drag and drop, which is the easiest way. But if you don't have anything like an empty hand, empty pockets, you can download my project files here and do it together with me. The link's in the description. Now let's jump right into the editing. Let me rename this a bit here to Cap Pros and drag this voiceover down here. And don't forget about the footage. Click video. Let's just grab everything, put it right here. Okay, that's great. But before we do anything crazy, let's go to the shortcuts and change things a bit here. I mean, time is precious and we don't want to lose those time on something ridiculous like finding the buttons to click. That's why we will customize our shortcuts to make us edit faster and smarter. So you can pause the video and copy my setting right here. It won't take long, maybe only 60 seconds or less. And after you're done with everything, timeline, player, and basic, you hit save and there we go. Now let's actually do something here by turning on the main track magnet. This will connect everything together, leaving no gaps, and it will only work on the main track. So if you put something above, it won't work. You can see that it leaves gaps. But you can turn this off to move your footage freely around without any restraint. Next, let's turn the auto snapping on. It will snap with everything, the cursor or the audio track and the beat, which I will talk about later. For linkage, you have to have some elements like text, effect, so I will drop it down pretty quickly here, and you can see that it linked together. And if you turn it off, you can see that it's not linked anymore. The last one is preview access. It will preview whatever your cursor mouse is at on the player up here, which is not a good thing if you want to be precise, so I'll return it off for now. Let me show you what we can make with CapCut. The good thing about CapCut is it's very easy to use. It's loaded with templates, cool effects, and some weird looking emoji. Well, you just have to drag and drop and bam, you're done. I mean, it doesn't look that bad, right? Okay, let's start by marking the place that I want to match cut with the footage. Clicking at the audio track and hit R to create this yellow dot. It's like when you do sketching before you actually draw something. Now let's go up here and hit Q to delete left and use this magnet thing to put it in the front. Turn it off and hit E to delete right. And I will put this yellow background on the blank space for now. Let me also cut this part, Q, and then drag it up here. Oh, let me fix this, E, and okay. You can also use S to cut and D to delete, or you can just drag it like this. Now let's do the same with the other footage.
A few moments later.
Yeah, looking good, isn't it? But let me hit E to delete this because it would take a day to finish everything. And let's put some PNGs down here. You can make it bigger and move it to wherever you want. You can add some animations here to make it look like it has some movement. Increase the duration if you want to make it look like slow motion, and decrease it if you want to make it faster. You can try this combo breaker stuff, really insane here, not gonna lie. Let's move on to the effects. You can see that there have a lot of them. And if you find the one that you like, you can hit this little star to save it to your favorite. You can simply drag the effects down here as an adjustment layer. And you can see it's blur everything out. And we don't like that. So we can delete that first and put it directly to the footage that we want it to activate. Well, you have the freedom to add as many effects as you want. Just don't overdo it or you will go nuts like me. Filters work the same way as effects, but you can't put two filters directly to the footage, so you have to stack them up like this and decrease some strength to make it look better. You can turn these little eyes on and off to see the difference. By the way, if you want some awesome footage like this, go to Pexel and grab it for free. This is not some sponsor thing. I didn't get paid, no cash in my bank. I just want to share good things to you guys. You can use filters for color grading, but as you can see, we lack control. So in order to get the lighting or the vibe that we want, we can go to adjustment right here. Don't forget to check this on. And I want the color to be a little bit greener. The brightness, gotta bring it down. Sound like pretty strong here. And I will decrease the contrast to make it look softer. And use shadow to add some depth. and also decrease the illumination because I don't want it to be too bright. Okay, let's go to HSL to make it more green, like more natural, because right now it's kind of a bit yellow, and I'll decrease the saturation and brightness down to make it more realistic. Let's go to orange to make our main cast, the hedgehog, look a little more pops up by increase the saturation and brightness. To move an object or zoom in like this, we'll go to position and size and click here to create a keyframe. You'll see these little diamond things showing up here. Drag it to where you want it to start moving. Go to the point where you want it to end, which in my case around here, and then I will drag the little dog here to the cake, and then you can see it start moving. If you want the object to move like really fast, put the keyframe close to each other like this. But if you want it to move like slow motion, you can put it like far away from each other. To make it even smoother, you can right click and select show keyframe animation. If you move the object in like left and right, I mean horizontal movement, go to X and then click here to add the curve and adjust it a little bit to make it look smooth. Sometimes you might accidentally drag a tab out like this and you don't know what to do, like, oh mommy, oh help. Okay, just click here and select default layout to restore everything back to normal, and feel free to drag the player and the timeline to where you see fit. Just play with your workspace. To change the preview quality, you can go to the top right of the player. Normally the setting was set at quality, but sometimes you have so many effects going on, or you're using 4K footage and your computer is like on fire, it's going to explode. You can choose performance to make it a lot smoother but less quality. Right below we have export still frame. It's just like snapshot, but of course you can use Control F as we already said in the shortcut. Zoom in and zoom out. Just click here or hold Control and scroll on your mouse. You can change the ratio to 9:16 if you're doing TikTok or YouTube shots. And to go full screen, just click here, or you can hit F. Pretty simple, right? Using transitions will make your video look more interesting. So just drag them between two footage like this and adjust the duration to whatever you feel like. But the problem is you can't use transitions with text, emoji, or adjustment layer. So in order to fix this, you have to make a compound clip by select everything and hit C to like combine together. Like if you play Yu-Gi-Oh, like fusion those cards together, and now we can drag the transition down here. Nicely done. Making subtitle is a pain in the ass, but with auto caption, it's really simple and also saving a lot of time. So to make one, you go to auto caption here, choose your language. I'm gonna choose English. Okay, and then hit create and just wait a little bit. It will take some time depending on the length of your video. As you can see right now, the text is very small and look a bit unpleasant. Let's go here and change the font and the size. I will use Omnis Pro because I think it's kind of cute. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, that's look nice. Let's go to captions and fix some misspelling. And you can do the double space by just select the position and hit enter. You can see that we got a new line here. Let's go back to text and apply a stroke. This will make it easier for audience to read the text. I highly recommend using the white text with black stroke because it will make your subtitles readable on any background they appear. And I will use shadows to add depth and style to the text. Bring the opacity down and make it blur. This hand, don't want it to be like too much. Yeah, I will keep it around here. There's a lot of presets that you can choose, or you can go to effects and select the one that you like. You can use bubbles to emphasize the text, or you just directly go to the word that you want to emphasize and change the color to yellow, for example. For animation, I recommend bounce in because most people like it when the words pop. And if you need some crazy effects, you can go to loop and look at this one, gushing. That's amazing. Text templates can be used when you chain the topics. Like in this video, if you notice, I use it a lot when I chain from one topic, like effect to filter and color to transition. For example, I found the one that I like and drag it down here and extend my background double click at the message to make change. I will change to window, double click again and change to whatever you want. I'm just gonna type error 404. Let's go pick up some effects, drag it down here. Oh dang, it's only work on the background as you can see. So hit C to make a compound clip and it's work. You can select one text, or if you want all of them, you can just select everything like this and go to text to speech, choose the voice that you want and hit start reading.
It's loaded with templates.
It's loaded with templates.
It's loaded with templates.
Actually, you might notice this from the very beginning that some video have an audio with it. And if you want to delete it, you can right click, separate audio and delete. Or you can just, let me go back, hit W, it's the same thing, and delete. Or you can just mute here and it will mute the whole track. And if you look closely, you can see there are a lot of red spots around here, which means it's kind of loud. So let's decrease it like this and click here to see the massive volume. As you can see, it's louder on the right side of the ears. So you can go here to channel and click here to fix it. And now you can see as the audio is in the same volume with both ears. Okay, let's check out the audios here. A lot of songs, a lot of music, but don't be fooled by this, because if you use this outside of TikTok, you're gonna get a damn copyright. So be careful with that. Now let's go to sound effects. It's pretty fun here, and yeah, it's only 1 or 2 seconds, so you're not gonna get a copyright. So feel free to use this. Another cool functions, and I think it's going to be very useful for content creator like you all, is copyright check. You can drag a songs down here. This is Overdose, and let's run a copyright check on this. You can see that it's work, but it's based on TikTok, so some of the YouTube songs might not work in this case. You can record your voice by click here, and you can select your mic. This is my mic right now. I'm not gonna choose any of these because my mic already good enough. So let's start. I'm Japanese and I will swing this sword at you. Okay, hit here to end. Let's go try some voice effect. Click here and let's try this one first. I'm Japanese and I will swing. What the fuck? I'm Japanese and I will swing this. Okay, that's it. I'm done. But probably you can have some fun with it. Let's move on to the next function, the auto beat. This thing will help you match cut your music with your footage like this. Well, that was a short video I made. And to use auto beat, you click add your audio track and then click auto beat here. I recommend beat 2 because beat 1 is pretty far apart from each other. And now you can see there's a lot of yellow dots appear. Drag your footage down here and match cut it with a beat. Maybe some transition. Let's just see. Okay, that's nicely smooth. To apply the noise reduction, you have to select the track, the audio track, and then you can click here. But first, let's listen to the audio. It's a place for running and exercising. You can see a lot of people. Now let's turn the noise reduction on. It's a place for running and exercising. You can see a lot of people. You can hear it deletes some noise, but the quality isn't that good compared to this. It's a place for running and exercising. You can see a lot of people running here. To improve your audio like this, first go to your audio file, pick it up and drop it to Adobe Podcast AI. Well, it's definitely taking longer time than CapCut, but I can guarantee you that the quality is top notch. I mean, even Pixelperfect talked about this before and it's free, so why not? Now it's time, you guys waiting, all the memes lover. Let's do some green screen. Click chroma key here, select the color, which of course green, and then increase the strength to around 90. You can see it is starting to work. Oh, run, Forrest, run. If you don't have green screen, you can go to customize and do some brushing. Select the object like this. Okay, and hit apply. I mean, it's work, but sadly, if you don't have a CapCut Pro, it's not gonna work. I mean, we can't render any single frame out of this. So I won't talk about the pro functions for now. But if you want me to make a video in the future, please comment below. Speed and slow motion is also very easy to do. Just click at the footage, go to speed, and increase it to the right side if you want it to be faster, like the flash. But if you here for slow motion, decrease it a little bit and turn on this smooth slow-mo to make it clean. Let's do a tracking with my running footage. And here's my friend. Yeah, we are like, running and her phone fell off. I'll use the text that I have prepared in advance and go to tracking. Select motion track, and then boom, this yellow box will appear out of nowhere. And I will put it on my back and let it track my movement. There are tons of people who use footage from animes and movies without getting copyright. And I will show you how to do that right here, right now. The first way is to flip your footage. Click at the video and go up here at timeline. You'll see the little mirror, click at it, and then it's done. But if your footage has some sort of text in it like this, your audience will recognize it right away if you flip it, and that might leave a bad impression on your video. So let's use the second method by adding filters and effects to your video. For example, you can use blur, paper effects, or any overlay effects that can confuse the AI and make it like, oh, what is this? The third one is to cut it every 3 to 5 seconds. It's just like when you're cooking, you have to slice them into little chunks like this and put them all together. Then we're finished. That's everything. But please always make sure that your content fall under the right of fair use. There are new functions like image enhancement. As you can see, it kind of improved, but a little bit. Let's try the noise reduction with this big Canadian moose. Did you guys see any different? The next function is Canva. I mean, not this website, but you can use it for PNG. For example, this CapCut logo. Click here, make it white, and then bang, we make a new background. You can change the color or make it blur. And one thing I want to point out is that you can only use these functions on the main track. So if you move the footage above, it disappears like never happened before. By the way, there's the other function that I forgot to tell you, which is select right word. This function is really useful when there's a lot of things going on, pictures, audio, and you want to make a space for your footage to like insert it between all of this mumbo jumbo stuff. So click here and you drag it onto the right, and then you can put your footage in an empty space that you just create here. Normally, when you render a video, it will render everything from the first footage to the last footage, including the blank space. So if you want to like render a specific area, you can right click at the footage and then select range, select an area by clip, and you can drag the outline like this. But personally, I prefer to have more control over like where I want to render. So I will go to shortcut and select Shift Q for in point and Shift E for out point. Now, if I want to render this part, I can just Shift Q, Shift E, and go up here to menu, file, and export. You can rename it here. I'm gonna save to video, resolution, of course, full HD for YouTube, and bitrate, choose higher for the high quality. And if you check this on, it will export your audio separately from your video. So we will have two files, audio and video. You can export your subtitles if you have a pro version, but unfortunately, I'm broke, so I will only run a copy route. Oh, too short. Now let's just slap the export button and we finish. But wait, how can we make a copy of our project? Let's go to menu, go back to homepage. You can see your projects lying around here, and you can just right click on your project and duplicate. Now, I just want to say thank you to everyone, to you guys who watched until this part of this video. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, I hope this video helped my knowledge that I'm sharing with you guys. Yeah, leave some comments. And yeah, if you're interested about my AI video, I have made an AI video. I'll leave a link here. yeah, check it out. So thank you, bye.